To order, 10 a.m.
Mr. Cater.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Buck.
Here.
Mr. Corn present.
Please stand as you wish for the pledge and the invocation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, please be with us as we do the business that we need to do for the county, do the best that we can do. Dear Lord, be with everybody that goes out and their families this week. Dear Lord, keep those Elks that are coming in for the golf and for all the festivities, to keep them safe. Dear Lord, we ask this in your Son Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Consent agenda is on the board, has been published. You'll notice one is an amendment to last week's meeting minutes, and that was a wording change on the ARPA funds for the Recreation Trails Program grant. Motion?
We'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Table agenda item, we did have one. We decided not to finalize the ASI invoice last week and held it over. And that was for $2,400 accumulated over some multiple years. We discussed that. It's $75 per month for this service. And there's 12 employees on it now. And it's a withholding for medical expenses, tax-free, pre-tax withholding. Motion?
Well, I'll make a motion, but on the bottom, Harold, I was gonna correct that on the bottom, that didn't change when you did that.
Okay.
Previously, we used Aflac for 20 years.
That's right.
And on Aflac, it was $100 a month that we paid, and there was only 9 people on it. And then really the basic is we were looking into others, and when we really come up, the others we looked at, the current one we have is used by the state and the cheapest farm. We pay $75 a month. And also, like Harold states up there, this would be paid for out of the commissions, subscription and dues. There's $2,515 in it. We'd have to adjust the end of the year to make up the payment.
Because there's $2,400 coming out and we still
Yeah.
pay $75 a month.
That work, Louis?
Whatever you all decide.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the payout of ASI invoice for HR, and that would be paying the bill from 20 and 21 that has not been paid.
Okay, second.
I'll make that, second that, with it coming out of our dues and subscriptions.
Okay. Any questions?
Well, we need to promote this a little bit more, because there's a lot of our employees that have medical expenses that aren't covered by our insurance, and this is a good way to do it pre-tax.
Well, as of right now, there's 12 people that take it out. There's 12 on it. It costs us $75 a month.
I know, that's what I'm saying, we
Yeah.
need to promote it, because it's
Yeah.
a good thing, it's benefit.
It's
for our
really good
employees.
for them, yeah.
And it's this 75, whether we have 12 or.
Yeah, that's just the fee we pay.
And they pay out of their check monthly or weekly, bi-weekly, that goes into to that account. So it's not that we're putting money into those accounts either. It's their own money, tax, before taxes are taken out of checks. So make sure everybody knows that too.
Any other questions or comments?
Well, in reality, you are paying for it because of the lack of contract that you had for those previous years.
Exactly, but Louis, it's
But
paid for by them.
We had a lack of contract, but they did uphold when they were using it during that time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But going forward, we need to see all
All
contracts
contracts.
appropriately signed and dated.
And not just somebody saying that that's what they're gonna do.
Exactly.
Because they won't work there very long.
All right, well, we'll make sure that we have that contract. Okay, did take a vote, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, now on to the regular agenda. We need a bid opening. How many bids do you have?
Judge?
One bid. And they may choose to act on this today. We will act on it today. We don't even know what the price is yet. The bridge is not open yet because of the lack of the guardrails. So
That's
it's
correct.
right in.
Sir, sole bidder, it's the only sole bidder, it's $35,880.
So, just a
To give you an
little,
idea of what their bid is, if that's what you're.
right, just a little background, we called some of the local guardrail suppliers. There's not any in the county, but there is in surrounding counties. And they purchased their guardrail from Silver Eagle. So they just marked theirs up, and it's purchased through Silver Eagle. They've also supplied several of our BRO bridges in the past, so we would like
Did you have a
to.
budget for that amount?
It's in the ARPA interest for
But you had to
Cedar
figure out
Run.
how much you thought the charge.
We had a decent idea based off other projects,
And what did you think it was
about
gonna
30,
be? 30, that's
Yeah.
35.
so. We just recommend that we award the W-style guardrail for Cedar Run Bridge for $35,880. That is to be paid for out of ARPA interest for the Cedar Run Bridge project.
What's availability?
It's about 2 weeks out.
Okay.
And will be installed by Road and Bridge Authority.
And as of right now, right, Clay, this bridge, until we get this guardrail on there, we can't.
It's
open it.
finished.
We cannot
We put the
open it.
guardrail on, we go over the road.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. That's your thing.
The bridge is done, all we gotta do is get the guardrail.
Approaches, everything's finished.
And we don't have a picture of that bridge. do we?
No,
Is it
No,
really-
they completed one on me.
Not a ton.
They did a really good job on that bridge up there, and they've needed that for years.
Oh, yeah.
Motion to accept this bid?
I make a motion that we accept the bid opening from Silver Eagle at $35,880 paid for out of the ARPA.
Name of the bridge, please.
And it is the Cedar Run, what was that, Cedar Run Bridge, but I got a question over here, sorry.
Paid out of ARPA interest.
Interest, I'm sorry, the ARPA interest,
That's correct.
Okay.
sorry about that.
That's okay.
I will second that.
Okay.
So we're approaching that $300,000 threshold that you guys approved for us to build that bridge. This will get us right there at that mark.
Any questions? All in favor of approving this bid, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Approved construction and inspection contract for the Ellsbury Chapel Road Bridge.
Okay, so this is a deficient bridge on the MoDOT list.
That's the best picture I could come up with.
Yes, it's a little bridge.
It's a little.
It's about 38 feet. Had we not been approved to go build Cedar Run with the ARPA interest, we would have already been on Allsbury Chapel. So this one does qualify for BRO or soft match through MoDOT because it's on the deficient list. So what we would like to do is do this as a soft match project. And I explained this to you a little bit yesterday, Dave. We can choose to do it as a BRO or soft match, but if we do it as a soft match project, we can claim soft match credits for future projects if the county was to go into a recession or something like that, and we didn't have the money to budget a bridge when it failed, then we can use our soft match credit as our 11% down for the bridge. So, right now, we feel that we can fund that bridge to go build it and capture that soft match credit, and that's what we would like to do.
Does this have anything to do with MoDOT's phone call that either fix it or close it?
So, to elaborate a little bit on that, we had a report sent to us that said if we do not take any action to fix the bridge, they will close it in November. It's been lowered to a 3-ton limit right now, so you can cross a passenger car across it,
But no school bus.
no school.
No fire trucks.
Actually, a passenger car may weigh more than that.
Yeah, they may. MoDOT went back out and inspected this bridge earlier in the year, and they came back with an action report for us. So it's either rebuild it, fix it. The problem is if you fix it to get the capacity, the load rating back up, then it falls out of eligibility for funding to get it replaced. So,
Kinda like, you know,
so we would just like to enter into a construction and inspection contract and design with Smith and Company for this bridge, and this will be constructed in-house by Road and Bridge.
Okay, you haven't mentioned any dollars at all. I think it's ready to.
how big was this bridge? John?
38,
About 30 feet.
38, 40 feet.
And this will be similar to what we did at Buck Mountain
Mhm.
and Old Fredericktown in that we fund these bridges out of the road and bridge budget in order to capture soft match credit for future bridges, and it's worked very well, economically for the county, and could, significant savings.
Because we'll get 80% back in soft match credit,
Yes.
of money spent on this bridge.
80%.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for design services, including the construction contract award, it would be all the design construction, $49,387.58. And for inspection services, it is $30,455.15. So
How much was that?
$30,455.15.
I mean, is that just, when we gonna look at starting that after this
Depending
budget
on
year,
if
or?
this gets approved today, if it does, we'll go ahead and talk to the beam supplier to see what lead time is on beams. We would like to start it as soon as possible.
Is it budget
I
wise?
would say it would be the end of the year, November, December, about the time that MoDOT wants to close it, we'll close it ourselves to rebuild it.
And the one thing that you guys did mention is school buses. People don't realize, if you close a bridge, the distance is school bus out in that area has to
It's a
go.
pretty significant goal.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking at 2 miles, 3 miles, they gotta go along, it really disrupts the school routes.
That it does.
Okay. Motion.
All right, I make a motion that we approve the construction inspection contract with Smith and Company at 40, for the Alsbury Chapel Small Bridge Project. $49,887.58 for the inspection, or the inspection, right, John?
Did you say
Inspection.
49,387.58?
387.58, yes.
Okay.
And that is for the
Design.
design,
Yeah.
and then for the inspection, and for $30,455.15.
Correct.
Second.
I'll second that, and also I wanna mention too, we're not mentioning school buses, fire trucks, ambulances, and emergency services. We gotta look at helping the people out there too on that.
Right.
Dump trucks in the winter
Yeah.
time, can't cross them.
We actually run into an issue with 911. They know our road's closed on Cedar Run. But I got a call the other evening about it.
Mhm.
I guess they forgot to relay the message or ask if it was still closed in the office.
Okay.
And we do have this money in our budget, within the budget.
Any questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
I've been out there a bunch with their, with the underground cable they're doing, and that area's just torn up.
It's,
I've been making calls, giving them a number to call so we can all call.
we send emails weekly, to both of the underground companies up in that area.
This is broadband.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for doing that too.
You're welcome.
Okay, next topic, talk about 2 new trucks out in the future.
Out in the future, that's correct. Last week we got, I think everybody did, but we got an email from the auditor's office talking about the budget, and they would like to see, as this budget is prepared, any anticipated purchases over $12,000. They would like to have a contract amount or bid specs or anything like that, correct, Louis?
Yes, sir.
Or Bridget, for the 25 budget. So just looking forward to a couple pieces of a new equipment that we would like to have for 25. One is a sign truck. Our current sign truck is a 2017. It's got 230,000 miles. He probably drives more than anybody else
With
in
the
the
new
county.
vehicle we got.
Your typical truck goes to the job, stays there most of the day.
That's correct.
Back.
He
He
goes
zip,
back.
zip, zip, all the.
Now,
Replacing signs is a scourge of the county.
this truck will be moved down into the fleet, something with, another truck that we have.
Has that got tool body on it? or
It
what?
does, has an amplified bed on it with toolboxes, so it would still be
Not a lift gate.
not a lift gate, okay. It would still be a decent enough truck to put into the fleet, like you said, drive to the job, stay all day, come back. The second truck is a bucket truck. We had 2 of them. Our second truck was an Ameren truck that was donated to the sheriff's department a number of years ago, and they gave it to us. And we have a 2013 Ford bucket truck. So what we would like to do, the old bucket truck that was Ameren that went to the jail is now gone, sold on,
It's gone.
away, it's gone. We would like to make our primary truck, our secondary truck, or if maintenance needs to borrow it, or whoever. A lot of times in the fall, we run 2 bucket trucks, trimming back roads for the spring to start our overlay project. So we would like to purchase a new truck in '25, a new sign truck. Now, these trucks have to be inspected annually, and as those trucks get older, that cost goes up for repairs. If a hose is bad, if a bucket's cracked, that has to be replaced.
If a
If we
sticker's
can't
faded.
replace it, a licensed inspector, installer has to do this.
Who does that inspection?
Alltech. We contact Alltech out of St. Louis. They send a inspector down, they inspect it. But just a little reference, a new bucket for the truck is about $4,000.
Whether it's, for, brush cutting or electrical, either one?
Because you have induction, as you get that boom close to electric, even though you're not working on electric, as you get close to that electric, you could have some induction come down, so it does have to be an insulated boom. So.
You still have holes in the trash truck, brush cutting bucket.
No,
Okay, I thought you said you could have.
not unless it's designed that way.
Okay.
So the bucket truck that we have now is a fiberglass bucket, no holes in it.
You can't
But
put
if
those
you
in.
order,
Can't put those in.
right, yeah, you can't drill air holes in it or water holes.
Yeah, I know.
I think you may have asked that question before.
I learned.
So both of these
If you
trucks,
alter these buckets, you alter the electrical properties of the bucket, and that's a no-no. You don't do that, because you're up there with 7,000-volt lines in some of these things, so.
so the sign truck would be purchased off of the state contract through Watkins Ford. I do have a contract number, I have a price total for that pickup truck. I don't know, the window's open right now on the fleet stuff to order this specific truck. Now, I don't know if police interceptors are open or anything like that, but this truck is open for ordering. So we would see delivery mid-25, something like that. And that total is $76,300.
For the bucket truck?
No,
No,
this is
the
the sign
pickup,
truck. $76,303.
That has a fuel body on it?
Yes.
John, I'm gonna ask you
Ready to
a
use.
question. That sign truck,
Yep.
what's the bed look like? Is it in bad shape?
No. No.
I mean, I'm just suggesting, can you buy a truck and we put the bed on a new truck?
Well, we were gonna push that down as our other bridge truck with the tool body on it.
I was
If
just
not-
saying, there's no hydraulics on that truck.
Nope. Nope, it's just a bed. If not, then we're gonna either purchase a flatbed or have to buy a pickup
Yeah.
bed to put back on that truck. Where this would have the, tool body already.
Okay. Good motion.
And then,
Well, we got another truck too.
yeah, so the bucket truck would be purchased off of Sourcewell. And I do not have an actual total for that right now, waiting to hear back from them. But I do have a contract, and the window is also open right now. But we would not see that truck till the end of 25 or the first of 26, should be purchased now.
So what hood do you want to put on?
25.
Open.
When you, John, when you bid these trucks, like Sourcewell, do they have Ford, Chevys, Dodge?
Yes.
Because you know who you're dealing with up there, oh, what's the name of that company? They're there at Winsfield. Altan, because they've got a lot full of, you've seen, yeah.
This was bid out or spec'd out through Alltech based off of our needs, whether it's a center mount articulating boom, or you have rear mounts, you have different height, different heights of the boom, telescopic booms, there's a lot of different stuff that.
Are you looking at like 1.5 tons, 2
It'd
tons?
be based on like a 550 or Dodge 5500 or a Chevrolet 5500 chassis, which is what we're on right now. So, like I say, the Ford, the sign truck, we have a total and we have a contract amount for that, or a contract number for that off of state contract. I do have the Sourcewell contract number, which is valid through 12/27/25 for the sign, for the bucket truck. So I can come back with a total for you guys, but that would just give us a little, we can go out and bid this truck if we can get it approved to buy off of
Yeah, we
Sourcewell.
don't want to dollar difference in hospitals.
That's correct.
Okay, the sign truck, you say could be delivered earlier,
Sign truck would be delivered earlier than the bucket truck. That is
but
correct.
it's still the 25 budget.
That is correct. And we would not see delivery till 25.
Okay, now we're ready for a motion.
Since you know the price of the one, we're going off of that, and then should we bid the second one?
I would do them independently. So if you guys want to do the sign truck, through Mawkins off the state contract, and I have that state contract number, you want it?
I don't need it for that.
You guys need it for the,
We need it.
We'll
just
see it later.
provide it, okay.
Okay, motion for the sign truck, please.
I make a motion that we, purchase on state contract from Mawkins, the sign truck for $76,303. And hopefully be out of this year's budget,
Out of 25 budget.
25 budget. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Got everything on there?
Yes.
Second?
I'll second.
Questions? Sign truck, call it sign truck.
Is that all you guys need? Is that everything?
Okay. Okay, all in favor, aye.
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 That's sign truck. Now let's go to the bucket truck. Motion.
Basically, what I guess we're asking for is permission to bid off of Sourcewell.
Okay.
Or work with Sourcewell. Sourcewell's already competitively bid, but we're gonna try to get that price as low as possible based off availability. It may be a Dodge, it may be a Chevrolet, it may be a Ford. But that, I don't know how you guys wanna work that one. I just know the window is open.
Well, right now, we're going to get a motion for permission to bid this. Okay, and now we're talking the bucket truck. Motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve permission to bid.
Whoop, wait a minute,
No, no.
hold up.
Sourcewell's a cooperative purchasing agreement, it's just like a state contract, so that he doesn't have to get permission to bid anything.
Right, but we
He
just
just wants
wanted,
permission to purchase and work with Sourcewell as a cooperative purchasing.
Okay, so the bidding's been done, right?
Yes,
That's-
exactly,
so
they've already done all of it.
you have Sourcewell and
Yeah.
UPA, state contract, those are all competitively bid for the lowest price.
They just haven't got back with us on.
Well,
On a total.
I wanted to ask you guys, when they bid that, will they give you options on trucks, different trucks? Because we're talking.
All you're doing is going through a clearinghouse.
Yeah, a clearinghouse, but you know, and you guys know this truck's gonna be expensive.
It's gonna be
Well,
very
we're-
expensive.
You're looking at way more expensive than a sign truck.
But they've already done all that work, so Sourcewell's
Okay,
like the
they
state
did the work for
contract.
us, we're just
Yeah.
picking the truck.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
We just don't have a price yet.
We have talked with them. We're not particular in the model of truck, more so as the availability of
Okay.
trucks. So if we can get a Dodge 8 months earlier than we can get a Ford chassis, we would take that. Instead of moving into 26 with the purchase of a new bucket truck. This bucket truck's used daily by our crews. So on a 10-hour day, our operator in the bucket truck spends 7 to 8 hours up in that, suspended 30 foot in the air.
And when we have two, we run two,
Yeah.
seasonal.
Okay, then now we're talking about permission to purchase.
Through Sourcewell.
Is your source right?
But we will come back to you guys with a price before we would purchase it.
Okay, now, I need a motion to give permission to purchase the bucket truck through Sourcewell.
I'll make a motion that we purchase a bucket truck through Sourcewell, permission to bid Road and Bridge,
25 budget.
25 budget.
Like I said, we'll come back to you guys before
Gotcha.
we actually purchase the truck with the total price, but it's significantly more than the sign truck. Yes.
Okay, second.
Second, yes.
Questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you, John. Okay, award of bid, now we're talking about the interrogation room cameras update, upgrades. And, we have a bid for the $34.40 per room, and there's 2 rooms. So So it'll be 6860 to award this bid.
6880?
I'm sorry, 6880.
That's right. Look at my
I just want to see if you were right.
I'm gonna make sure my eyes work.
Yeah, okay. And it's Robert's Alarm System.
Yes.
Okay, motion?
All right,
And by the way, the IT says that they would like to do this.
yes. And make a motion, we award the bid to, Roberts Alarm Systems for $6,880, and that's for both rooms, at the sheriff's department.
I'm gonna second that, but Dan, we've been having a problem with these, haven't we?
We've got
Yeah.
old equipment in there.
Yeah.
A lot of crimes that have committed, we're required to video and audio tape them whenever we interview people. So, it's a necessary thing, and our old equipment is starting to go down.
Well, we're just staying ahead of the game here. It had some issues, and that's why we're doing this. Bid needs to get that updated, so you don't have a problem in those
Yes.
rooms.
So we're gonna have to run any new wiring on this room?
I have not been made aware of any new wiring.
I don't see it on the list. So. Okay. Well, you started mentioning old equipment. I was wondering if the wiring was updated enough.
I think the wiring's fine, just change out the equipment, everything else will be fine.
All covered in
We're gonna
the-
do that in-house anyway, probably.
All right. Did I get a motion second? I think I
Yes.
did. Yes. Questions, comments?
Whose budget?
Sheriff's budget, right, Ben?
Like I said,
IT.
IT.
From what I understand, it's IT budget.
IT, but yes, IT budget.
Good.
I don't think that
Okay.
put that on motion.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, over surplus request. Yeah, there's Parks.
Mark Peterson, County Treasurer. We have an over surplus for Jerry Metcalf and Amy Berry. Property is on.
It's out between Bismarck and Park Hills. Off the wood.
Oakwood Road's 5-acre tract on Oakwood Road in Park Hills. The over surplus is for $24,250.20. I got all the paperwork, everything we need. The only thing we're waiting on now is, we did come across an IRS lien on the property. It's about $1,400 or so. I have an email to our attorney right now, waiting to hear back from him still. So, we're either gonna, I know like real estate liens, sometimes they will go away on a tax sale. I'm not positive on the IRS lien. That's what we're gonna talk to our attorney, because let's face it, the IRS, they only want their money, so I don't see them forgiving that lien. But, so I'm presenting this to get approved of the over surplus. We will not pay out, I've talked to the two individuals, we will not pay out until we hear back from our attorney on this. The one of two options. One, we pay the lien, the money that's owed to the IRS out of the proceeds. And then if we hear from the attorney says that's not our thing, we can't do anything with that, we'll pay the full proceeds to them. I just wanna make sure that we don't pay the individuals here, and then the IRS comes back and says you owe us that $1,500, so just wanna make sure we're protected there. The two individuals are, okay, waiting a week or two to hear back from the attorney, so.
Parks, do you need action from us on this, or is this just an informational?
This is, you all approving on the over surplus. So this over surplus money is for, to kind of educate on this. This money goes to the schools. This has nothing to do with, this money does not go to the county. We just are the middleman of it. So it's not anything coming out of our pocket, or if we decide not to approve it, it's not that we're keeping that money to do anything with it. It all goes to the schools.
Or these people?
Or these people, if you all approve, yes, that whatever.
So Parks is gonna be writing a check to either the school or to these people, one way or the other.
And possibly the IRS also.
But he's waiting for the attorney to find out who gets the check.
How we break it up. So like I said, one of two options, if you all approve it. One would be, we hear back from that we do not pay the IRS this money, it'll just be one check, or one check to these two, or if we split two checks broken out to each individual, because it's brother and sister on this. Or the other option is we pay roughly $1,500 to the IRS to make sure that lien is gone and we're covered. So,
Okay.
And 24,200 and what do you need?
$24,256.20.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we give Parks the permission to pay, so we'll be out the whole $24,256.20 either way. And just do it the right way when you hear back from the lawyer that if we pay IRS or not.
I'll second.
Questions?
I do, and I'm sure some other people in here have the same questions. So
What is over surplus?
What is it, yeah? What is it?
So over surplus, once this property goes out, or you're welcome to.
Whenever I have a tax sale, we start with the amount that we start with the opening bid, and then there's like a bidding war that goes on. Anything over that's considered over surplus, we turn it directly over to Park's office, and, isn't it, if you have it for 3 years and no one's
3 years,
requested it,
that's when
then
it
it
goes
goes to the schools. So over surplus is from the tax sales.
So you're saying is that's money that was bid over what they owed the county?
Correct.
Well, so I'll give
So
you,
this was a pretty good piece of property.
well, what was owed to the county, or what was, the
They're
amount
not a
bid
smart
was.
bidder.
The amount that was bid, it was $25,061.75. The over surplus is $24,256.20. So if you do the math on that, there wasn't much owed on the property.
Yeah, we had a total of $178,000 over surplus last year. There's a lot of bids going back and forth.
In all the school districts?
School districts get.
In all the school districts?
Yeah, if the school gives it, if he has it 3 years and no one's requested it, then it.
We just hold that money until, like I said, we give, that is not our money to do anything with, that just sits there until we know. We are getting a lot, I actually have another request right now. I'm in the process of working on a way that gets more paperwork from one of the individuals, but we are getting quite a few. I think since I've been here, so 3.5 years, I think we've done like 2 of these. And I've had like 3 or 4 requests just in the last couple of weeks. So we have put, like a lot of things, we're putting this out on our website. We're trying to be more transparent with people and not having to do sunshine requests and everything else. But I think that since it's out on our website now, we're getting a lot of these. You get a lot of these, it's a business that some of these, for some of these people, is they'll find these over surplus, contact the individual, say, hey, I can help you get this money, but I want 20-30% of the proceeds. So we're getting a lot of that. So yes, individuals out there, if you're watching this, if you do see your property out there, contact us and you can save quite a bit of fees going through a middleman on that. So, on that over surplus.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you,
Thanks.
Bart.
Thank you.
Okay, I was going to say something about showing Brian the door, but Brian needs to replace some doors out to Weber Road. And I've gone out this morning, took pictures of the door that needs to be replaced, and there's one that he has already replaced. So, you see the problem. And those are steel doors from the original construction, and now they go to aluminum, which is opposed to that kind of damage. So, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve,
Do we have to go with bids on this, Brian? Do you?
I think so.
Okay, so we need a bid approval.
yeah.
Bid approval.
Okay. Thank
I'll
you.
make a motion, we approve the maintenance for bid approval of 8 exterior doors for the Weber Road facility.
I'll second.
Okay, questions?
Brian, how old are those doors? They're old, aren't they?
Since the building, I don't remember.
Since I think 30-something years old, ain't it?
I don't remember when that building was built.
Well,
The
then,
original doors.
if you go
Weber
out
on
to
doors.
Weber, like say back in the morgue, we had to replace that one, it's horrible down on the bottom there.
All the condensation
Yeah.
gets in the door and it goes to the bottom and rots them out.
Okay.
Aluminum will not do that.
Still got the water in it, but it's just aluminum oxide.
Yeah.
Okay. Oxide, that's fancy word for rust. Okay, any other questions? Okay, all in favor of going out for bids for this project, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Brian. Okay, we're not gonna have a meeting next week. We're gonna go to election day, and we decided this, I'm gonna work the polls, and all of you that can, I'd appreciate if you would too. So, anyway. Now, the next regular meeting will be 2 weeks from today, August 12th. August 13th, the agenda item is August 12th. Okay, any other big correspondence? Public comments? Well, Kevin's getting ready. Departmental reports.
I was just gonna update, the county is participating in the non-tax, weekend on the going back to school, so.
Sales tax.
On the sales tax, yes, so it'll be, Friday at 12:01 a.m.
Yes.
And it's through midnight on Sunday, and it's out on the, it's out on the state website of what all what all can be purchased on there, but it's.
School supplies.
School supplies, up to a certain dollar amount on things, but we will, again, the county will not be receiving tax sale. We see our tax sales down a little bit next month. We're doing a good thing here, but, you know.
We should be brought back up with the Elks coming in.
Hopefully with 500 elks coming in this week, and that will.
I think Parks from the office, we got to call some big wigs, I guess he's got
So
the
you're saying
numbers.
it's elk season, right?
And,
Trying to
they
get ahead
do
of Kevin
on
on that one.
DOR, Missouri, .mo, at .gov, they use a dot for everything. We don't, if you notice, we don't get one dime. But if you get the DOR website, they will have what you can spend on and how much over that is what you get off of the taxes, so. And it's good for our constituents.
So the county is participating in the tax
Yes.
exempt?
Yep.
And that was approved by,
State.
They put a gun to our head and said, yeah, you will.
2023, that was passed last year, so this is our first year doing it.
how do you opt out of that?
You can't opt out anymore, it's required. We were opt out before, but it is required now.
We gave the opt-out when I was in there, when we created the thing, and now they just,
You will.
they have a great time dealing with our revenue, you know.
Yeah.
At some point, we, as counties, we need to get together and decide not to hold the legislature's retirement plan or something, you know, let's screw with theirs.
As Margaret Thatcher once said, one eventually gonna run out of other people's money.
As we were talking yesterday, yes, we may lose some sales tax on these items, but we are a hub to a lot of counties around us. So hopefully this brings people into the area to go to Walmart, go to these different stores and buy. You know, we may miss out on the sales tax there, but they might stop and eat at some of our restaurants. They might
get
gas
gas.
here.
We gotta
So
buy
hopefully it
some.
all kind of evens out. But
Maybe they'll buy a necktie.
Maybe buy a necktie.
Necktie.
Okay, I'm sure you have a departmental report, sir.
Will, does this include municipalities? So
They also, yeah.
they have no option in
All
No.
cities are participants.
Yeah.
They didn't phrase it that way.
We like to just say we're participating.
this? I see.
Exactly.
For your information, that we will be open this week from 8 till 4, Saturday morning, 8 to noon, Monday, 8 to 4. Yesterday, we did just under 100 voters.
Yesterday?
That's
Alone?
yesterday. We're at 600 now. We hope to average over 100 a week, 100 a day this week, which would get us what we estimated about 10% of what we expect to be at polls, which would help
Yeah.
everybody a little bit. In all seriousness, we've been talking about the 500, the golfers hosting the Elk State Tournament this year and next year. How many are playing tomorrow, or Friday rather?
I think one course there's, what would we say, like, close to 100, I think it's about 100 on each
They're
course.
coming in a day early, and then they're gonna coming in Saturday. Every hotel room's booked. We will have, we're at 480 right now. Hope to get to 500. A lot of them will bring their spouse or their kids and stay at hotels and go out to eat and stuff. So it's the largest economic weekend we've had in a long time, and we plan on having it next year again. So the courses are in great shape. I gotta tell you, Crown and St. Francis really stepped up, which is important because if you drive this far from Joplin or whatever to play, it's all, everybody's in Missouri. You want it to be a good enough experience, of course, where they go back to their hometown lodge and say, hey, you can do that, man. 2 great courses, and it was a great time, and so we're hoping to use this year to build on.
Didn't get mugged or anything?
That's right.
Kevin, you might have said this, but we got 2 years of this as well, so we wanna make sure.
Give you an idea that we're using both courses, and there's a tournament full on both mornings and then both afternoons, and then they play the opposite times. So they get to play both courses, and it's like 4 full tournaments that they're playing. The other thing is, I was gonna say if we can't get people to, there's no excuse now, you can go in and vote. A lot of people are liking doing that, but it really helps us take the pressure off the polling places so that we don't have lines. So get in and vote this week if you can.
Okay. The other departmental reports. A report for the IT, they have the new storm warning sirens up, and those are the locations of them. Now, the Mennonites chose not to allow one on their property, but it might be after they asked me when they test them, and I told them 2 a.m. every morning. So, I did change that, but I don't know if they, which one they believe.
Well,
So
they're
anyway,
probably waking up.
so it's down on the intersection of Double O and DD now.
They're just getting up to Roy
Getting
Farm.
up,
Yeah, they're not ready to get up anyway, but, anyway.
But as you notice though, look at, there's not much space it takes up, so.
Yeah, that was an important factor.
Yeah.
No guy wires on, it's just a power pole.
It's just, yeah.
And no electrical wire
So-
to it. Yeah.
So,
That was a factor with Mennonites, but, they just finally decided they wanted one out there, but not on their place.
They shouldn't have problems here now.
Yeah.
No, should.
Okay. Any other departmental reports? I just ran out of meeting.
I'll make a motion we adjourn then.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thanks for coming out.